Hi, today's Seascape is really simple and straightforward to do, and there's a link in the description for a free traceable if you'd like to use it. For the sky, I'm using cobalt blue with a tiny bit of phthalo blue and white. To make it a lot easier when we're painting and blending our sky, I'm giving it a coat of white paint. You can also add a little bit of retarder or slow dry medium to your white paint if you'd like it to stay wet for longer, which will also make it a little bit easier to work with. Now I can split the sky up into smaller sections by adding the blue and blending that out with a mop brush. If you don't have a mop brush, you can use a makeup brush or a soft fluffy brush and you'll get a similar result. Then for the darker colour at the side, I've added just a small amount of red. This will give me more of a purple and grey blue colour. You can really see, since the paint is wet, I can swirl that mop brush around and get a lovely soft blend. Just to add a little more interest to the sky, I'm making a very pale pink colour using white with just a small amount of red and yellow ochre, and I'm just dusting this on to give a little blush and glow to the clouds. Next I've added a little red to my blue mix that I used for the sky to make a darker blue for the sea, and I'm blocking out the sea, adding white as I'm coming closer to the foreground. The next stage is to make a dark brown colour to block out the rocks, and I've done this by using some red, some yellow ochre and some phthalo blue. I'm using red and yellow ochre to paint in the house, and I'm also using the dark brown colour for the back section of the house. You can paint this in freehand, but if you do need the traceable, there is a link in the description. While the house is drying, I've added some yellow ochre to a little bit of the brown, and I'm using this to build up the structure in the rocks. With either a blender brush or a flat brush, I'm starting to add a little bit of structure and an indication of waves in the sea, but I will come back and add a few more details later. Once the paint is dry for the house, I can come back in with my liner brush and add some details. I've used yellow ochre and white to add some lovely highlights to the rocks. For my really dark colour, I've mixed some red with some phthalo blue, and I'm using this to mark out the rocks along next to the sea. You can also put some broken rocks and some other shadowed areas where it's needed. Thanks for joining me today, and here are some other videos I hope you'll like to watch next. See you next time.